guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Maya. If this is your very first time here, today we are going to be creating this makeup look that I do on a regular schmegular basis before I head to work in the morning, and it takes me 5 minutes. You heard that right. This is a look without using a full face of foundation. We did use a little, just a little bit of foundation, but not a whole lot. I am not a full-time content creator, though I pray I am one day, but currently I am not, and I gotta be at work at 6:45 in the morning, Monday through Friday. I do not have time every day to put on a full face of makeup, but I still want to look pulled together. I'm going to show you guys the tips and the tricks and the things that I do to pull this face together in 5 to 10 minutes in the morning. Before we hop into this, please make sure that you hit subscribe below. I don't want you guys to miss any uploads that I got coming your way. Also, make sure you hit that notification bell as well so that you are updated on your phone when them videos go up. Without further ado, let's hop right into this tutorial. So the very first thing that I do is my brows, and I did do my brows on camera I think a couple videos back for my beginner's makeup tutorial. This is pretty much the way that I always do my brows. I don't do them real fancy like, and this pencil that I'm using is from Nabla Cosmetics, and it's their Brow Divine. So basically I fill my brows in with the pencil, then I go on the other side, which is a brush, and just pretty much brush them out. Sometimes I feel like that's not deep enough, so sometimes I go in with my NARS. This is a NARS eyeliner, but this is actually not meant for brows, but I use it for the deeper shade of brown, and usually I'll add that towards the end of my brows and taper it into the front part of it. We look a little crazy right now, but it's gonna come together once we get concealer. I'll quickly brush through it again just to take away some of the harshness, and then I'll go in with my concealer to sculpt them out. And the concealer that I've been loving lately ever since I got in PR is this Stay Naked Correcting Concealer from Urban Decay, and this is in 70 NY. And I will just put dots underneath my brows with concealer, and then I will take a paddle brush and sculpt them out. I always will take the excess that's on here to sculpt out the top as well. I don't want that to be like super duper defined like the bottom. I will also take excess and dab it in between my brows, because sometimes, you know, if you have product up at the top and the bottom of your brows, it looks kind of crazy in the middle part, because it's like, okay, you use the concealer, but why didn't you put it in the middle too? From there, I'll take my beauty blender and I will just pat over where that concealer is blending into the skin and kind of blend it upwards and downwards just to make it more, you know, blended. I don't know if you can see the difference between this one and this one, but this one is more like blended into the skin. And I feel like this method of doing your brows is a lot easier than some of the other methods, even though it takes a slight bit of artistic ability if you are missing brows like I am on the end, creating your arch. But if you do have hair there, you can pretty much just fill it in just to make it the color and the depth that you want it. Sculpt it out with some concealer to make it nice and crisp, and you're good to go. Also, make sure that concealer is blended out as well, because you can't miss that step. Depending on how I feel, I will put a little bit of foundation or concealer on my eyelids. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take a couple dots of concealer and put it on my lids. I'm gonna take my beauty blender and I'm going to blend that out. And this is pretty much just so we got something going on the eyes. And then I'm going to take a little bit of my Mented Skin Silk, and this is in medium deep. Any type of skin tone powder will work for this. I will just dip it in there, put it on my lids, and kind of set that concealer. After I do that, I will put some glue on my lashes while I do my liner. Liner is not necessary, but I usually will do like a cute little wing liner while my lashes are drying. And then of course, also if you are not a lash person and you have beautiful long lashes, I have not been blessed like that, you can just throw on your liner and your mascara and be good on the eyes. But you know, I do wear falsies every day. This is my CoverGirl liner, and I'm gonna just create a small wing on the end. You also can just line the top of your eye, but I'm going to just create a really small wing. Then I'm gonna put a little bit of mascara on my top lashes to get them ready for the falsies, and pop my falsies on. I would usually spend most of my time in the morning on the eye situation. From there, it's pretty easy from what I usually do. I will take my foundation, even though I'm not putting it all over the face. I do want this to be like a no makeup type of look. So I'm gonna take like 1 or 2 pumps of foundation. I take my finger and I put it underneath my eyes. I usually do just about that much. I might bring it down a little bit, but that's really all that I do. I'll take my beauty blender and I'll blend that out. So you can already see what happened there without having foundation everywhere. And I'm dabbing the rest just kind of in the general area of my face. Not really going for coverage, but just, you know, to give kind of a, what's the word? Cohesive look, since we are putting product on. But I'm pretty much also using the beauty blender just to blend it out so that it's not just like no makeup foundation, you know? And now we have kind of more of a flawless complexion without a full face of foundation. The one tip that I would give about doing this type of technique, if you're not trying to put on a whole lot of makeup, is your skin gotta be right. So adopting a good skincare routine is imperative to be able to do something like this, because your skin needs to be as flawless as possible, so that if you do just put foundation or makeup right in this area, that it still looks seamless and flawless once you have your finished look. Depending on the day, I will go in with a little bit of concealer just to brighten up right underneath the eye, or I'll go right in with my powder. For the sake of it, I'm just gonna add a slight bit of concealer right underneath the eye and blend it out. And I'm gonna take my skin tone powder with my beauty blender, how I always do it, and set the makeup that I put on. I'm not using too much powder at all because I don't want the face to be powdery. But the product that you always put on your face anytime you're putting on a cream or a liquid complexion product, you always want to make sure it is set. And I'm also going to take a more fluffier brush and put a little bit of that brown on the brush and just dust over the rest of the face. Because since we did put the product in other places, you just want to make sure that that is set as well, to the best of your ability. So from there, I'm gonna go into a bronzer. The bronzer that I'm going to use is this Alamar Cosmetics Brighten and Bronze Trio, and this is in Dark Rich. If you open it, it does have two bronzers as well as a brightener here. Well, this is a bronzer, this is a deepener, and this is a brightener. And I'm going to take a bronzing brush, dip into the bronzer, and just kind of bronze my face in my cheekbone area and around the forehead area. And I feel like adding a bronzer just, you know, kind of makes it more of a complete look, you know? Adding little stuff like bronzers or highlighters, blushes can help to just give you a little bit more. And it's something that you literally can just swipe and do, and you don't have to worry too much about blending and stuff like that, as long as you have the right brush. You gotta use the right tools to get the job done. But if so, then you should be good to go. From there, I'm going to add a cream highlighter. This is the DARS Afterglow Overlust Cheek Palette. And you open it up, these top three are cream highlighters. So pretty much you grab it with your finger and you put it on. So I'm gonna take this color right here in the middle, which is a goldish color, and I'm just going to dab a little bit on my nose. See that? A little bit down my nose. Just the high points of the face where I usually highlight. Using this instead of using like a powder will give you more of a natural situation. And then I'm also putting a little bit at the top of my cheekbones. Yeah, I'm super ashy. Y'all wasn't gonna tell me? Y'all shady. If you are a blush type of chick, this would be the time to go ahead and dibble and dabble in that, but I am not. So I'm probably, you know what, for the sake of this, why the hell not? I'm gonna go ahead and grab a little bit of blush. And I'm gonna dip into this Laura Mercier blush, and this is in Strawberry. And I'm just gonna lightly add this to the apples of my cheeks. And obviously this is just not too much, just to get a little bit of flush of color. So then from there, you have an option to do things that might be a little bit more extra, you know? So that would be like adding some highlighter to your inner tear ducts, which I am gonna go ahead and do. It doesn't take much time for me to do that in the morning. It shouldn't take you either if you have the right type of applicator. That is, I can't stress enough about having just the right brushes for the right products and the right task, because it'll save you so much time if those tools are clean and you're using the right brushes for the right product. Things just go a lot smoother. Trust me, sis. Don't say I ain't tell you. If you are like a skin mineralized type of person, this will be the time to do that. But if not, you want to go ahead and spray your face. I'm going to use my all-nighter setting spray from Urban Decay in Ultra Matte. And you can either dry it down with your hands like this, or use the back of your beauty blender or your beauty blender in general just to push it into the face, because that just give it more staying power. I'm going to go ahead in with my mascara. This is the Buxom Extrovert Mascara in Ultra Black. And I'm going to put this on my lower lash line. You always want to do this after you spray, because if you are short on time and you do this and then you spray, it's gonna be all on your under eye and you gonna be real mad, sis. Trust me, I'm talking from experience. And it ain't fun. And then from there, it's all about the lips, and everyone has their own idea of what needs to happen where the lips are concerned. For this, I'm going to go kind of basic, and we are going to do a lip gloss. This week, I did receive the Luxe lip glosses from ColourPop. I'm gonna go ahead and with Come Through. I was just listening to that song by Summer Walker earlier. Do y'all like this song? That is my jam. What? Off subject. I'm gonna take this and put it on my lips. If you know you want to throw on a lipstick, cool, do that. If you want to throw on a lip liner and then a lip gloss, do that. But I just want to keep this more neutral, more I'm going to work, I want to look cute and professional and like I put myself together, and then just come barefaced to work, and that is all. That was fast, right? So that is the finished look. Like I said, this is pretty much what I do in the mornings when I'm rushing to work. I do have to be at my job at 6:45 in the morning. So I don't feel like I have that much time in the morning to do a whole full face. So I'm going to work. This is what I do. And I hope that you guys have learned something from this, can take some of the techniques or some of the things that I did in this video to help you with your everyday face in the morning when you ain't got no time to do the most. I hope you guys really enjoyed this video. If you did, please make sure you give me a big thumbs up. Comment below and let me know what you think, if you would try this for your everyday face. Also, please make sure that you have hit subscribe below so that you are updated every time that I drop a new video. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.